This is the first of a series about DIY home improvement projects on a budget. Today I'm going to show you how to build these DIY shutters. For the free plans and details on this project, visit stoneandsons.net or click the link in the description. So here is the before shot. Now, since this video, we've had the whole house repainted, brick and all. I've taken down the shutters, the front porch railings, and so there's just a clean slate, and now I need to get shutters back up on the house. So I'm using 1x material, 1x6, and I've bought 8-foot boards, and now I'm just going through and cleaning up the ends and cutting all the boards to length. When this step is finished, I'll end up with some long boards and some short boards. And this is a very simple project, and it goes together very, very easy. So the thing that I did to put them together, I wanted to put them together from the back side so I wouldn't have anything showing from the front side except the screws when I install them on the wall. So I'm creating a jig of sorts on my outfeed table. So I've got a couple of boards that I've got clamped up on the edges. I've nailed down some strips of wood to hold the front part of the shutters down on the table, and then I'll lay the long boards on top and just nail them into place. I've got my spacers there, and I'm holding it there with my hand tight against the board that is on the edge of the table to hold everything nice and tight. And that's it. Everything's good. Just finish nailing everything together and making sure everything's square. Now I can get to the part to where I have to sand and then stain, which is not my favorite. So while I'm doing that, I want to thank Atlas 46 for supporting this project. If you have been following me for very long, you know that I wear this vest in all of my videos, and any of the projects that I'm working on, I have this vest on. It's really, really handy to have that on me at all times. So if you want to check out Atlas 46, there's a link down in the description. Go check them out. So I want to address the color on these shutters. I'm using an English chestnut, but if any of you know about English chestnut, you know it's got a red tint to it. I did not want a red tint, so I did not mix up all the stain together. I'm using the brown, the top layer of the stain that's in the can, to get this brown color. So all of the red is settled at the bottom, and that's just what I chose to do, and it turned out great. To mount the shutters on the wall, I've got to transfer my measurements from the wall down to the shutter. Now I'm going into a brick wall and did not want to drill holes into the brick, so I'm drilling holes into the mortar and tapping in some anchors. So that's all I should need for these to be hung up. They're not very heavy, and so it should be just fine. So once I've transferred the marks, I can drill the holes. And then I'm going to hold this up on the wall, and I apologize beforehand because I didn't get really good footage of this, but you kind of get the idea here. So I held the shutter back up on the wall, make sure everything was going to line up just right, made my marks a little bit so I could see, and used a hammer drill to drill into the mortar and tapped in some anchors. And if all of my measurements are correct, the screws will be in the right place to hit the anchor behind the shutter. Now I went ahead and started my screws into the shutter so it'd be easier for me by myself to hold the shutter up and then drive the screw in. Once I get a couple of them in, it should hold itself up, and I can get up on the ladder and finish installing these. And it turned out great. I dressed it up with a little bit of hardware, and so I just couldn't be happier with the way these turned out. So I'd love to hear what you guys think. Leave me a comment down below as to what you think about the color, the hardware, the new painted brick. And if you want details on this project, links for the hardware that I used, and step-by-step instruction, be sure to hit that link down in the description and visit the website so you can get the free plans for these shutters. If you want to make a little bit of money on the side, use the plans to make them, sell them, or even make them for your own house. But once I had these up on my own house, I had several people ask, hey, can you make me those shutters? So anyway, try it for yourself. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. Hit the link down in the description to visit the website article. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.